WCB Podcast, your source for all things Chicago Blackhawks and everything hockey. With your host, Jarom and Tanner. Let's do it. Jarom and Tanner.
All right, it's another edition of the WCB Podcast. It's Jarom, it's Tanner. What's up, bud?
Oh, we're back. They're back. It's again happening.
Who's back?
Edmonton and Florida. So here's the thing. This year, real quick, is I think going to be way better because I think everybody's misremembering how the final was last year because it was not that great. Game 7 was good, but we'll talk about that later.
All right, we'll leave a little breadcrumb there trail to get to NHL talk. That's Tanner's little take there, but we're gonna talk definitely the Stanley Cup preview here. But we got some housekeeping to do with the Blackhawks, and honestly, I think they said it in 32 Thoughts, and I think if this is what it's going to be like, I'm going to really love this time of the year a lot more, especially when the Hawks aren't playing. That since the draft is now, what is it, decentralized or decentralized?
Yeah, it's cryptocurrency.
Yeah. So the combine, which is happening this weekend, is the last time until I don't even know when will be the next time, but it's the last time that all representatives from all 32 teams, whether it's GMs, scouts, assistant GMs and all that, are all going to be together in one general area. And it already seems like there is going to be some interesting movement happening, whether it be contract signed for, to extend players, some trades getting made to try to get something rather than nothing. Draft picks are being, a lot of draft picks in the top 5 are being talked about potentially being moved and teams jumping around. We'll get to that, but it's for a time that's usually like when we get to like this part of the year for Hawks talk with the playoffs going on. It's kind of like, okay, the Blackhawks did a post about so-and-so. That's Hawks talk. Let's move on. Now it's like we have a lot to talk about, I feel, because of course we can make everything about the Blackhawks. And in theory, it should be. This is a rebuilding team that's on the cusp of taking the next step. So they should be in all these conversations happening. Lots of rumors going on. The two that kind of stand out right now where the Hawks have been actually named is Marco Rossi of the Minnesota Wild. He's an RFA this summer.
Yes.
And Minnesota got him on their trading block, and allegedly the Hawks have been one of the teams that kicked the tires on him. It's reported that he's looking for a 7x7 deal.
Okay. That's actually not bad.
Not bad, especially the cap going up. First off, would you want Marco Rossi on the Chicago Blackhawks? Is this a legitimate player to consider if you're Kyle Davidson? I'm saying Dubas. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And then if you do get Rossi, especially if it's before the draft, then you draft Porter Martone. That's you have to, because Marco Rossi's fucking 5'9".
Why do I keep thinking he's bigger?
No.
Who am I thinking of?
Paterka?
I don't know. Maybe JJ. I don't know. But here, last season, he
24 goals, 36 assists, I think.
Yeah, career high, 24 goals, 36 60 points in 82 games. He's played 82 games the past 2 years and has had to put up 100 points. So he's well over a point per game player, which
yes. I'm curious as to why he went from playing 18 minutes a night during the regular season to 11 in the playoffs.
There was something that I wish I could remember who reported it, because I remember seeing something in the playoffs that there was something going on with him and the coaching staff in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And it just seemed
seems like it.
Yeah, and I forgot what they said it was, but it's like he got to third, fourth line minutes, like wasn't getting the time and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, were they doing that to try to sandbag him for a new contract?
I don't know. It seems like you're not really doing anything besides like making him want to leave.
Strike that. Not a point per player game. I don't know what I was talking about.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't think so.
No, I don't know what was going on.
100 points, but he's played like 160 games.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
He's hit the century mark in 2 seasons, so that's not bad.
That's good.
As a what? He's 22. 23. He also started his career rocky because he had really severe COVID symptoms, I'm pretty sure, and then he also had like some sort of injury.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to see that Minnesota wouldn't want to incorporate him into the future of the team.
It's the cap issues they fucking have.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're, or they know that they have to save the $15 million that they just freed up for Kirill Kaprizov.
Right. So a lot of answers. So say the Hawks make a move for him, like what? I mean, it's gonna have to be a trade. I mean, unless they offer sheet, like unless.
See, I don't see the Hawks doing any offer sheets, this season, or at least I would hope they don't, because I would feel like, try and make the trade at least at the draft or before it, and offer like this year picks this year, like use the Toronto pick, use prospects we have. That way you can keep what likely is going to be like a top 10 pick next year and not have to like waste that.
Yeah.
I guess not really wasting it, right? But like you are basically, for some of these guys, you're going to be trying to get them in an offer sheet, and what they're asking for is going to be at least a first and a third, if not a first, second, and third. And at the end of the day, like, is Marco Rossi, is Matthew Nyes, is JJ Peterka, like, are they worth a possible top 10 pick plus an early second and an early third, or a top 10 pick and an early third? Or correct. Are you able to possibly make a trade where you give them quality prospects and maybe like a pick that's not ours?
See, the only player of the three that you named that I think would potentially be worth that risk of giving up that top 10 pick would be a Matthew Knives.
See, but I don't even think that, because so. It's not even just the top. It's 3 picks. It's 3 picks.
But I'm just saying though. But I'm saying like for me that first round pick that would go to Matthew Knives in a offer sheet. That's the one thing I think of, because it's like, I also, full discretion, hand up, I don't know much about the next year's draft class besides Gavin McKenna.
Right.
And I talked about it last time, and if the right move is there, I don't know if holding for the just in case McKenna, situation. Yeah. Like, I don't know, because it's like, it's a catch-22, because it's like, okay, well, you move on, you move these picks, and you get the player, and you're not going to be in that area regardless, because it's like, you hopefully would be better. Or it's like, you don't take the chance, you don't grab a player that could help the team now for the off chance of like getting McKenna. I don't know if there's anybody else in the draft and that would fall in that area that would still be worth it. Like, I'm still looking at this year's draft class before even taking a chance to look at it.
I would rather give up the Toronto pick, the Florida pick, so 2 firsts, and like Roman Kanserov for like Nick Lardis in a trade package for like a Matty Nyes, instead of an offer sheet that gives them the first, second, and third.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fair. I think my thing is, I don't want, like, I just think it's dumb to try to do that. Like, I know Gavin McKenna's ridiculous. I know he's a type of player that you put him and Bedard together on the same team would just be fucking insane.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know if, like, if the Hawks are in that position now where it's like it's acceptable to hold back to try to fall into that. You know what I mean? Like if Gavin McKenna was last year or the year before or something like that, like, okay, I get it. But it's like you're hearing talking about like, let's take this team's ready to take the next step. They have to take the next step. They need to be better.
Yeah.
You can't accept this anymore. And it's like okay, but like let's hold on to this pick and just give ourselves a shot at it.
It's tough to like predict, right? Because like we thought that we'd be better than what we were this year. Like the team they looked a lot better. They had more points, but we finished in the same place as we did last year at 31st. So even as nice as it would be to like, do Matty Nyes, get some other fucking free agent and like, spend a bit, it's not guaranteeing that we're not bottom fucking 5.
No, and that's the thing. That's why we're not the ones making decisions. All that kind of stuff. Like you have these guys whose jobs are to like play out all the situations and know the risk reward type of situation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think though, like we talked about like last season, like on paper it should have been better. Do you think if we had like a Jeff Blashill last year, the results is any different? Do you think it was a coaching situation? Or do you think that it was written in the stars? This team was just not going to take the next level.
No, it's definitely a coaching thing because even the start of the year when it was Luke Richardson, like the team could barely score more than one goal.
Yeah.
And like they were still playing like they were, not trying to lose by a lot. That was it. And then Sorensen came in and tried to spark some more offense, but it's just like not really the guy. And then between the two coaches, you have 37,000 different line combinations for Bedard. And it's like nothing lasts longer than a game and a half. And that's just the type of shit that I don't expect to come from Blashill. Like I feel like he's from everything that he said, everything sounds great. And he already knows what it's going to take to like take him to the next level. And I'm pretty sure the thought of taking him to the next level is not like more different line combinations. If he came out during his fucking presser and it was just like thinking about rotating lines by period for the entire season. Like, I'm going to see how many different combos we can do. We'll even get Korchinski up there. We'll get Renzel up there. We'll get Levshunov up there. Sometimes maybe we'll put Bedard back on D. Maybe we'll throw him in that some night. Kid's going to ascend.
We'll treat it like men's league when 7 forwards show up. Like each period, a different guy will play the fourth person on the line. So every other shift, he rotates in. Like,
we're actually going to go 9 defensemen, 9 forward or 8 forwards. What the fuck? It's I think it's a different game, a different story if we have like a coach, like more established coach, whether it was Blashill or just like somebody else. So I guess like going into this season, I do expect it to be a lot better. I just think after this past season, I'm not like getting too far ahead of myself to like get my hopes up. But I'm ready. Let's go.
It's hard not to get your hopes up when it's like after the last 3 seasons, leading into Bedard being drafted or whatever, like it has to get better. Like it's just physically impossible for this to continue to keep getting worse. And you bring in the serious coach. You got Katie talking about it needs to be the next step. They need to take this team needs to take the next step. So it's like realistically, they're going to be adding more talent. Whether it's not going to be elite, maybe I don't know. We'll get there in a second, but it's like it's going to be players that there's going to have to be a top 6 forward that can pencil in with Bedard, or if kind of thing like it's something big is going to happen, and it's like if that means. And I'm not even saying like Matthew Nyes or whatever. Like if the right trade came up and it cost us that first overall pick,
first round, Hopefully not
Or
first overall.
first round pick. Like it's like it's like fuck yeah, cool. It would be cool to have McKenna, but it's like at the same time, it's like I really, really hope that we're not in a situation where it's like, oh shit, we're sitting on pins and needles thinking that we can be winning the draft lottery to get McKenna next year, you know?
Yeah, it's just I feel like the teams that move that are like out. All right, so the teams that are outside the playoffs the year before, right? So this past season, typically that move their or looking to like possibly move their first round pick are teams that are like, we are right there on the bubble. We are so close. We just need that extra oomph to get us in. And I don't think we're that team yet. That's why I don't think moving that first rounder makes sense. Moving the Florida first, moving the Toronto first. That's what I'm saying. Like those two you can fucking package those two and be like, here, take these two firsts instead of our first and our third. Like when you look at the value of like those picks, I think you see that it like the one pick outweighs the two.
We have 9 picks in the first 2 rounds over the next 2 drafts.
Yeah, fucking give them like 18 picks. I don't give a shit. Just don't give them the first rounder from 2026.
Have you looked at the draft class besides McKenna? Like, is there somebody that you have in mind that you're like, oh baby, or is it like just the thought of possibly potentially being the New York Islanders and moving up?
There's that Ryan Rubrick kid who's supposed to be pretty goddamn good too.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just curious. Like, I just don't know. Like, because that's what I'm saying. Like, is it? I guess that's the other thing we got to kind of like really look at too. It's like, is it a draft class where it's like that first pick is more valuable in the draft than it is moving it? You know, like.
So that kid that I just mentioned had 87 points in 64 games last year. He's 6'4" and 190 pounds already.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then, so I don't know if you've seen this, but like there's been like rumors that Gavin McKenna might possibly go NCAA next year.
Yeah, Michigan State, I think, was rumored.
Was it Michigan State? I saw that. Yeah. Or University of Michigan. I don't know. Either way, but it would like, how much like sense would that make though? Like you've already just shat on everybody in the WHL. Like, does it really make sense to keep doing that or to like up the challenge, right?
Are they giving him more money than he can make his rookie season?
I bet they would.
I think that's that right there is probably it. It's like, okay, you get one more year to go be you've lived this whole life
is 38 points in 16 playoff games, 129 points in 56 regular season games. Like, what do you like at this point? You're just looking to shatter records. That's about it. But like, is that making you a better player? Is that making you even more dangerous coming into the league in 2027, 26, 27?
I really fucking wish that because of the nil now and the fact that these players get paid to play these college sports, I wish this next CBA has some sort of 10-game rule with college like it does for junior, because it's like the whole reason why they can't play anything with the pros is because of the contract situation to get paid. It's like, okay, you're getting paid to play college hockey. Why can't you get your cup of coffee at the NHL, see if you're ready to go, and then be able to make the decision, you know, based on that?
Yeah.
You know, like these kids should be able to come do training camp. They should be able to do spring training and all that, you know, like spring training, fucking, you know what I'm talking about? But it's it's
training camp.
Yeah, like it's bullshit that just because they're playing college hockey is they can't do any of that stuff. And it's like you're making more money at college than you are your rookie deal. Like what are we doing here with that?
Yeah, dude. There's this other kid too, Ethan Belches. He's 6'5", 227.
Jesus. And these kids are like 16 right now, right? 15, 16?
17 years old. Yeah. And it's like, ooh, Jesus Christ, that kid's going to be a monster.
Well, then, too, I guess it all depends on what they do in the draft this year. If there's these solid big guys and then it's like, okay, well, maybe we go small again. We take Higgins if he's on the board or, something like that. Like,
and you know what I've seen too is it's possible that Higgins just goes back to college next year too. No, doesn't make the jump. And like that, I read it in the hockey news that they were saying that it might be even possible that like Schaefer's the only NHL ready prospect from the top of this draft, and that it might be beneficial for Misa to also go NCAA next year.
Is he one of the players that have been kind of rumored to?
I don't think so. I think it was just like, just to get this is the one of the craziest things is like NCAA now has become like the league of like it's actually better competition than the whole CHL. And so like these guys go and light it up in the CHL and it's like, well, if you want to prove yourself a little bit more, like go play against guys that could be like 4 years old instead of like the oldest being like 19, 20.
Right. Yeah.
Like some big fucking kids. Like, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see if that happens, but I feel like he also could just make the jump. Misa could easily do it too because
he fucking destroyed. Like he fucking had a insane season.
He almost had a goal per game like Lardis. He had 62 and 65. He had 72 assists, so 134 points in 65 games. Even his rookie season, and where he was 15, where he was like a graded exceptional status, he was over a point per game in the OHL. So I feel like he could probably make that transition because he's done it in the past. And I feel like he's also played up all the time and he's always performed. It's just, would it be more beneficial for NCAA? Possibly, but not necessary.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that's even more. It's going to make this draft even more interesting to see how it all plays out because it's like you got the Islanders who realistically are right there. I mean, you win a couple more games, you have a GM that's not asleep half of the year, and that's a playoff team. It's like, are they looking to go NHL ready and take Schaefer and take that next step, or are they willing, because they're almost there, are they able to take the hometown kid and let him develop another year?
I'm curious that if Higgins does go to Islanders, if he just says, fuck it, I'm going. Right? Like, if he just says, I'm not going back to BC, I'm going straight to the island, like, let's fucking go.
Yeah, I mean, you want to get into this whole like draft? Oh, rumor mill, real quick. We'll get into that in a second here. The last thing on the rumor mill, and I can just safely say a big fuck you to this. Chris Johnson was reported that saying that he expects the Carolina Hurricanes and the Chicago Blackhawks to make the most expensive or aggressive offer towards Mitch Marner,
the highest pitch,
something to Mitch Marner.
Yeah.
Fuck all the way off at that, dude. I do not care how good this kid is. I don't want him here. He doesn't fit this team, and it doesn't fit what the vision of this team going forward is. I don't want that on this team. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm just worried if the Hawks do get him, if he has a Jonathan Huberdeau type like season / regression, go from putting up 110 or something like that, 103. Let me see. It was definitely over 100 points. It was 102 to like 60.
And he's going to have a drop off because he's not playing with Austin Matthews, William Nylander, John Tavares, all those big names. And you know what? And then I know the fan base. He's going to come here. He's going to have that point drop off. And everyone's going to be like, why the fuck are we wasting this much money on this kid? Like, why the fuck did we throw all this money for him not to perform? Blah, blah, blah. It's because we're fucking throwing all this money at him and we can't afford to go and get the guys, the rest of the supporting cast to make it work. Like,
that's why we just got to go get Brock Besser. Call it a day.
But at that point, I'd rather just fucking just roll with what we have and go for McKenna. You know, like if if it comes down to paying fucking Marner $15 million or do nothing and land McKenna, fine, fuck it, do it. I don't care. Just don't give me Mitch Marner. I don't want him in Chicago.
Can you imagine the Hawks? They have $29 million in cap space, and they're like, "All right, here's 14 to Mitch, and here's another 9 to Matty Nice." And we're just like, "Oh, was that the 23 million that we just had in cap space? What the?
Yeah.
Oh, we have 29, but it's like, oh, where's the rest of it going?"
If they announce at was it noon Central Time, the start of free agency? If at noon on the dot, Connor Bedard is re-signed to 8 years. Frankie Nazar has re-signed for 6 years.
Why
So and so
6 for Nazar?
I'm just saying, like, I have a feeling Nazar will be a shorter term deal than Bedard. I feel Bedard will take the term over cost, where I think Nazar will be, I'll take less term if it means bump up my pay a little bit. And I'm not saying that in like a selfish way at all. I'm just saying, like, I feel like he's the type of guy that I think he's like, okay, I'm not doing myself any favors by taking a long-term deal right now based on how I finished last season. You know, he's like, let me get a bridge type deal and go.
I just want them to take the McDavid and Draisaitl deals.
No, dude, don't get me wrong. If you tell me
8 by 12.5 and Nazar 8 by 8.5.
if they sign that, perfect. Do it. I don't care. I would love that. I'm not saying I want Nazar to sign short term. I want him to be here long term. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Okay, but you did say that.
I'll put his fucking jersey on right now. He's my boy. No, but like I realistically think Nazar will be more of a bridge deal versus term, and I think Bedard will be term just because I feel like that's like he looks at Crosby, McDavid, and all those guys as legacy guys and all that, and I think he follows that suit.
I could see, yeah, that's fine. I got you.
Yeah. And who else would be Korchinski would be up as well.
Mm-hmm.
He'll definitely be a bridge deal guy.
Yeah, it would make more sense for Korchinski to do bridge deal.
Especially if we get end up getting Schaefer.
I don't think we'll get Schaefer, but who knows?
You never know, because we talked about the rumor mill going right now, and the big rumor mill happening is the top 3 teams are just talking about hot potato with their picks.
Yes.
The Islanders are opening to moving that pick. The Hawks are allegedly interested in Schaefer or interested in the first overall pick, and the Sharks are very interested in Schaefer. Now,
yes,
this sounds something like you don't need to make trades. You need to just sit there and have a handshake agreement and be like, "Hey guys, let's be fucking cool."
What about a 3-way deal? 3-way deal at the top.
Let's just be fucking cool. Just be cool, man. Who do you want? Okay, we don't want him. You take him at that pick. Who do you want? Okay, we don't want him. You take him that pick. We want this guy. We'll leave him there for us. We're all good.
But I think, wouldn't it be like the Islanders just going like, I think we're going to take Schaefer unless you can offer us something?
Well, no, 100% the Islanders are just like, they're going to make out with bandits in here. I think the Islanders really do want Higgins, but they are like, we know we don't have to use one to get him.
Yeah.
So let's see what they're going to get Higgins plus. Yeah. Like you win the draft lottery, you move up 10 spots, and now you're going to get not only a fucking franchise forward in Higgins, you're going to get something else out of it too.
Yeah, it could be the 25th overall pick. I think it'd be so funny because it's just like they can just dangle it out there, be like, I mean, we might take Schaefer unless somebody can give us something for the first overall pick. And then San Jose is like, but we want Schaefer. Like, what the fuck? And we're like, yeah, whatever. Who cares? And then if they're like, then San Jose's like, yeah, but if they take Schaefer, then we're taking Misa. And we're like, whoa. Hey, you calm it the fuck down.
Yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's like a fucking Mexican standoff. Like,
it's the office where they're all just like the finger guns. Like,
yeah, dude.
But it's like Islanders want Higgins, the Sharks want Schaefer, and I think the Hawks want Misa.
Yeah.
I think that's how it is. And it's like, dude, just fucking be cool, man. Islanders, all you have to do is take Higgins. That's all you have to do. And then everything's fine.
It's like the Hawks make a trade for second overall from San Jose. And then San Jose makes a trade from third to first with the Islanders.
But what would be really funny is if like a Utah fourth overall, and there's like reports that they're looking to make a big splash this offseason, and it's like they come in out of nowhere and just get the first overall pick, and the Islanders are just like, fuck all you guys.
I figured their big splash would be like using the fourth to get somebody like an actual player and not trading up to first overall. Like,
it would just be so funny. Like, Utah and the Islanders are just like, let's fuck with San Jose and Chicago. Yeah, let's do it. And then they just fucking swap picks, and then it's like, no, it's like all fucking hell breaks loose because now Utah could probably take like a Misa there,
or maybe Schaefer. Who knows?
Yeah, but like that's so. Oh god, dude, fuck Islanders, man. They're just shit grinning, like smiling right there, like, oh my god, we can just fuck with these two teams and just see. They're gonna end up with Higgins. They're gonna end up with another first like next year. They're gonna end up with like 2 seconds somehow. Like, it's just gonna get fucking insane.
Why don't we just say fuck it and we'll just take Roger McQueen?
See, people keep talking about him now, man. I keep seeing his name more.
Dude, he's 6'5".
I know.
Take him this season and then get that Ethan Belchez kid the next year and just have 2 6'5" wingers in back-to-back drafts. That'd be crazy. I love it. I love the NHL draft. It's so fun.
Dude, it's just it's fun when it's like this year when it's like there's not a clear-cut number one.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 kids, maybe 4. You can make an argument could be number one. You got 3 teams in totally different situations where it's like, okay, well, we don't need this person, but we don't fucking trust the other 2 to do the right thing and be cool. So it's like, do we have to go fucking crazy? Like, it's just, this is the shit I love. Like, this is so much fucking fun.
Yeah, it's crazy. I love it. Fun stuff. Hopefully it all works out in the end. And then maybe we'll hear more rumors, Got the, like you said, combine this week.
Yeah, apparently the Islanders took out Schaefer, took him out to dinner last night or the other night, and now they're meeting him like the next day. Like they're whining, dining him, and just that's probably okay. San Jose is probably like, oh, Greer's like, what the fuck do I gotta do to trade this? What's going on?
I don't know.
Second,
I would love to see some crazy shit happen. So,
yeah. Well, speaking of draft, let's do our quote unquote midterm draft rankings real quick here. We're 2 weeks past the last time we did our first initial ranking after the draft lottery. We got 2-3 weeks before the draft lottery. So let's just update our list and let's see if there isn't even any updates. Let me pull them up from last time. So last time we were the same except for 3 and 4. We both had Misa 1. We both had Higgins 2. You had Anton Frondel 3. I had Porter Mortone 3. And Anton Frondel 4. You had Mortone 4. And then Roger McQueen at 5 for both of us.
Okay. Yeah.
Personally, I think McQueen has moved up to my 30.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think it's going Misa Martone 2, Higgins, Frondel, and then McQueen. Except for now, I'm like convincing myself that the kid's size is just going to be disgusting. Roger McQueen, fucking 6'5" monster.
The thing with McQueen that I'm like kind of like, okay, I worry about him is just his injury. Like he didn't play a lot last season.
No, it's like a similar injury. I think I saw to like the Caden Lindstrom one. But I mean, the kid played 17 games. He had 10 goals, 10 assists. He played 3 games in the playoffs and had 1 goal.
Sorry, I'm just writing these down.
It'll be interesting to see the stuff that comes out of the combine too. Because we all know how much Katie loves his speedy, skilled boys. It's like I think when we have enough speedy, skilled boys, can we get just the big one?
That's the thing too. It's like we have all that, and then it's like now you have a different coach in there who has his preference on how teams are ran and all that, and it's like, okay, do you want to start kind of getting those pieces to fit what Blashill wants to do? Even though Blashill said he wants to be, he's open to adjusting his style based on the team around him, but it's like you still want him to be able to have the pieces of what he knows as well.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta have like even the players themselves, like they're gonna need some muscle out there. It's as nice as it is to have like the speedy guys all over the place. Like as soon as somebody just gets taken out in a game, like what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You face teams like the Florida Panthers or like Boston's always a tough team, like Philly's always a tough team, like they're a pain in the ass. Like what are you gonna do if all they're doing is beating the shit out of you?
Yeah. I'm not changing my ranking. I'll save it because I already know how I'm gonna rank it probably for my final ranking. But I really think if Mies is not the option it's not available for the Hawks, I think you have to look at McQueen, Martone or Frondell. Like like as much as I think Hagens would be sick and it would be awesome to have him, I think unless you can get Misa skill, like you gotta add size.
Yeah,
you sold me there. Yeah. So, oh man. All right. Let's do a couple more things for Hot Talk, and then we'll talk some Stanley Cup preview here. Last week it was announced Jonathan Toews spoke with his agent and says that he is 100% intending on making a comeback this season, and would like to start talking with teams July 1st. Could he talk earlier because he's technically not associated with anybody?
Maybe he's just like waiting.
Yeah, I don't know how that works, but anyway.
I don't either. Maybe I don't, because it's not like he's not. You said he's not associated, so it's not like it's tampering. But I don't know.
Yeah,
you do you, JT.
Yeah. The 37-year-old did not play at all last season. Hasn't played since 2023.
Forever ago.
Yeah, April 2023. Has been training hard on his own with not on his own, but doing to get into shape and be able to still play. I think any playoff team / fringe team that doesn't take a serious look at Jonathan Toews is making a big mistake.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he'll still be an effective player. Like he's just not gonna all of a sudden be shit.
Right. He's not vintage Toews, that's for sure. And if he can accept a third line role, maybe that focuses on defensive zone faceoffs and in key situations, and then penalty kill, and maybe even power play, some power play time too. But I think it's like he focuses on the specialties versus top 2 line minutes. I think it's a completely different player, and he could probably play for a few more years on top of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see what he can do. I think it's just gonna be really weird seeing him in a different jersey, but that's okay.
I think it's gonna be more weird seeing him in a different jersey than it was Kane.
Yeah, especially since we haven't seen him on the ice in 2 years. I mean, almost 3 years, like to then see him on the ice and like potentially just wearing something like so like because I don't know where he's gonna go. Like it could be anywhere. If like
I
if
really
it's
hope it's Winnipeg.
Anaheim, I think if
I
it's
really,
Anaheim, I think it'd be
yeah.
really funny because I feel like that suits like his lifestyle now.
Yeah.
Like the surfing and fucking like West Coast, and then he gets to play with Q. I think that'd be hilarious. But to see him in like orange and black, I'd be like, the fuck is this?
Well, it's not black anymore.
It's just orange.
Orange and white.
Orange and white. Okay. Either way, just orange is just weird.
I really want him in Winnipeg. I think that'd be really cool for him to go home, play for the hometown team.
I just don't want him to be stuck in Winnipeg. Like, yeah, how miserable. Like, you know that your team's going to be like decent and like make it to the playoffs and then shit the bed.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. That's going to be a nice, interesting twist on free agency this year. I'd be really curious to see how that plays out. It was announced today too that the Fifth Third Arena, which is where the Blackhawks practice, is getting an expansion. I know it was supposed to. I think now it was like they're finally like
it's been doing it. It's been under construction.
I think now they're finally showing people like, hey, this is what we're actually doing with it. The Chicago Steel will be moving their team to the arena with new head coach Scott Gomez as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's gonna be it's a really cool time. Like despite the poor hockey in Chicago the last 8 years or so, it's the sport's still growing in Chicago, and they're doing their best to keep it growing and give up every opportunity.
They're gonna have a Centennial Hall at the newer area that they're building, which is gonna be like where they're housing like those Hall of Fame like players like they've been having the votes on. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm surprised they're not doing it at the UC. Maybe they'll do something at the UC too, but
yeah, I think it makes sense here as because this is all hockey, right? The UC is a dual utility, like Bulls and Blackhawks, where like this is going to have Hawk stuff up year round.
Correct. Yeah, here makes sense. Lastly, Hawks news: coaching staffs have been taken. Well, at least the head coach in AHL, but the coaching staff at the NHL has been announced. Tanner, take him away.
Oh yeah, so obviously Jeff Blashill, and then we got Anders Sorensen, Michael Pekka, which we talked about, and then they brought in Mike Vellucci, the Veluch. He was with Pittsburgh for the last 5 years, and he also, I think, before he started was an assistant. He was the general manager and head coach of the Penguins AHL affiliate Wilkes-Barre Scranton for 1 season. Then we still have Jimmy Waite, and then there's a couple other guys. I don't think there's any changes there. And then Rockford named their new head coach, which is, I forget the first name, Jared Nightingale, because he's got a brother, which I didn't realize.
State, it was the Michigan State head coach. When I was like, when I saw the Nightingale, I was like, how the fuck did we pull that off to get the college coach to come coach? Because he was rumored for some NHL jobs. That's why I was like, what the fuck's going on? Like,
yeah, that's really funny to just be like, I'm not going to NHL. But this Nightingale, Jared, he actually used to be, for 1 season, he was the captain of the Ice Hogs. And yes. And then I think he was, I read it before, but now I can't really find it. But he was an assistant with the Ice Hogs for a little bit. And then he went and became the head coach of the South Carolina Stingrays in the ECHL. And during his time there, they set a new franchise record for most points and wins in a single season. They finished first overall last year. They didn't win it all, but he did win he won the trophy for Coach of the Year in the ECHL. So it's kind of nice, like having that time there, winning that, and then he spent 3 seasons as an assistant coach with the Ice Hawks from 21 to 24. He only spent last year with South Carolina, 1 Coach of the Year, and now he's head coach of the Ice Hawks.
Perfect.
So it's like he got to get his one head coaching year, and then they're like, get the fuck back here. Way to go.
I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. Like if he's got the coaching experience, he's shown that he can coach lower level. Like, I mean, it's still professional and gateway to the NHL, and he's got ties to Rockford. Yeah, dude, it sounds like it's a fucking awesome fit.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty great.
Coaching
hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully that Blashill's like sticking around for a while.
Yeah.
I hope with like all of the talent that Rockford's going to have this upcoming season, because I would expect Oliver Moore, Ryan Green, Aiden Thompson, probably Martin Misiak, Nick Lardis. A lot of those kids probably going to end up in Rockford, unless, no, actually, I think most of them are signed. I don't know if any of our CHL kids are not signed that could go NCAA, but anybody that's overaged now or aged out of the CHL is going to be heading to Rockford that has a contract. So he's got a lot of like 20-year-olds on the team.
Yeah, I mean,
so developing them is huge, especially if maybe
did you mention Ryan Green?
Yeah.
Yes.
If like Levshunov stays down there, if Korchinski starts down there, if Nolan Allen or Del Mastro or Kaiser, like whoever, because I feel like the Hawks are going to end up having to get some sort of another veteran on the back end, right?
Yeah.
Like
there's
so many kids. There's so many kids, So he's going to have a lot of prospects.
Hanger or Paul call it one game like Connor Murphy's daycare center.
Yeah, it's got to be, dude. Oh yeah, and just I really think that like Vlasic is for sure on the team. I mean, that's obvious, but like I think Rinzel doesn't spend any time in the AHL, and then it's just kind of who's going to make the jump, like who's going to take the next step this upcoming like training camp to be like, I'm not going back down ever again.
Yeah, Rinzel, I could see doing some time in the AHL strictly just because I feel like they don't want to overwhelm him. Like if he starts like struggling a little
third line.
I know. I'm just saying, like if it's to a point where it's like okay, let's take some time to Rockford. Let's get Levy up. Let's get or Korchinski or somebody else up.
Yeah,
take a breather, kid. Like you're fine. Just take a breather, recalibrate, and then let's get back.
I wonder if maybe Crevier spends the whole season with the team. It was weird with him because it's like he's either in Rockford or he's spending time with Alex Vlasic on the first line. And it's like,
yeah,
is he good enough to play on the team or is he not? Like it's so weird, but whatever.
That's definitely. I mean, talk about early storyline heading into next season. It's just the D group. It's like there's so many. It's like, how are they going to manage it? And like you said, there's got to be another vet coming in. Like there has to be. I would be shocked if they don't bring another vet in to help, Mr. Murphy.
Really funny when like tomorrow it's like comes out. Kyle Davidson states that they're not looking for any defensive help.
Yeah.
They're just strictly looking at bringing in top forward free agents.
I don't hate the idea either. It's just to me seems it just seems crazy to think like, okay, here kids, go have fun. Like dropping the kids off at daycare. We'll pick you up at the end of the day. Murphy's just like, fuck.
Yeah, right.
All right, we are going super long here, so let's move over to NHL talk here. I'm cutting one thing we're going to talk about because another thing came up that I think is way more important. The drama in Dallas. You have Peter DeBoer talking about, I'm not blaming Jake Ottinger, but it was all his fault. Like,
yeah, is it Pete? You've been to fucking six out of the last 7 Western Conference Finals, and you haven't won a single one, and you're gonna blame Otter for this one? The fuck out of here!
Yeah, and then it seems like he almost didn't do himself any favor at the exit interview or the press media day, talking about how, nobody's his biggest fan, but no, I haven't talked to him yet. since the whole thing. It's like it's been a couple days. Like you haven't had a chance to reach out to your goalie, your star goalie, and be like, "Listen, man, heat of the moment, I fucked up." Like no conversation there, and then it comes out that a lot of the players weren't happy, not just with that whole situation, but how things were handled throughout the Western Conference Finals. So he's got 1 year left on his deal. It's going to be interesting to see. Something's got to give in Dallas this offseason. Like,
I mean, you want to start blaming Otter for the losses that they occurred, but they scored fucking 2 goals between games 2, 3, and 4. Like, what do you Otter can't score the goals too? Are you fucking serious? Like, you literally 2 fucking goals total in 3 games, and you're like, our goalie hasn't been good. What do you mean? Like, you got out coached.
Yeah.
Your players got outplayed. Like, you fucking can't do it. Like, it just pisses me off when it's just like it's clearly a whole team effort, but the fact that you just immediately turn on the goalie and then like the fuck out of here. Like the whole reason you made it past the first round is because Mikko Rantanen decided to play really fucking good. No one else did.
Well, he was on a vendetta there to knock out fucking Colorado on his own.
Yeah. When he had, what was it, 9 points within like 7 periods?
He had back-to-back 4-goal game or 4-point
with back-to-back hat tricks.
Yeah, and then it was like, then on top of that, if you go past like the last 3 games, it was like 12 points in 3 games, something like that. Like,
is that your coaching style? It's like, oh yeah, I just coach my one guy to score 12 points in 3 games, and then we move on.
That was another interesting too on 32 Thoughts. They were looking at his Mikko Rantanen. They were saying the more ice time he got,
the less effective he was.
Yeah. And so they're just kind of like, Peter DeVore's got to be sitting there like, what the fuck do I do? Like, he's the only one doing anything, but
trust the rest of your team. Maybe coach your team better. Trust the rest of them to do shit and like let Mikko Rantanen like not get gassed.
Yeah, God. The last thing I'll say, unless you got more on it, but one of the funniest tweets I saw was it was really cool for Mikko Rantanen to get to pick which team he wanted to lose in 5 games in the conference finals for, because Dallas and Carolina both knocked out in 5.
That's really funny.
So, all right, quick cup preview here. Edmonton versus Florida, the rematch. Tanner, you already laid your bread trail here. Let's talk about this cup final.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, I'm just hoping it's better than last year. Everybody wants to believe last year was so good because game 7 was tight. No other game was close. Like there was one game last year that was a 1-goal game. Like it wasn't anything crazy. Like we all thought that like Florida was just going to smoke Edmonton. Like the excitement came from like the fact that like Edmonton came back and brought it to 7, but like even the games that Edmonton won was like they weren't close. It was fucking 8-1 in game 4. So like there was I just want at least 1 overtime. But I'm really hoping for more than 1 because like both teams have gotten better than they were last year. And I think McDavid is just going to go fucking Super Saiyan, like motherfucking Goku out there. It's going to be shit. It's going to be crazy. But yeah, I don't know. It should be better than it was last year. I don't know if it goes 7. I honestly think it would be really funny if Edmonton just swept them.
Just fuck this. We're not. And it's just all Leon and McDavid just.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because it does seem like they're both like peak health right now, too. Where like last year or like last few seasons, it feels like one of them has been hurt.
Yeah.
Or like a little hurt at least.
But there's the one tweet about like after the first game against Dallas when they lost 6-3 after that blowing that lead. And there was like they called it the look because like there's a shot of McDavid and Draisaitl on the bench at the end of the game and staring at each other. And it was like after that point, Edmonton just went on a goddamn tear. It's like God, dude, a pissed off McDavid. I don't know if you can bet against that. That's what's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. And I'm kind of pulling for him at this point because I don't want to see Florida win back to back. First of all, I hate when teams go back to back since the Hawks couldn't do it and the Hawks could have done a three-peat.
We could have done it if it wasn't for fucking Nick Leddy.
Yeah, I mean, but also LA could have done a three-peat. We both kind of fucked up each other's three-peats. But yeah, I don't like seeing teams go back to back. Like I like seeing like variety in the final as well, rather than like repeats. And it's just it does have similar vibes though too to like the Penguins in Detroit, because Crosby lost in the final and then came back the next year and won it.
Same thing with Gretzky. Edmonton lost to the Islanders and then came back the next year, played Islanders and won it. It's like this is the second time, or I don't know if it's the second time or the third time this is going to happen, this type of matchup, or if it's like the third time like a superstar has been in this type of matchup. I don't remember the exact stat with it, but anyway, it's going to be interesting to see. And
it's kind of like the face of the NHL, right? Like the current face of the NHL that like has not won yet, and it seems like that's what it is. It's like they make it to the final and then there's heartbreak and then they make it to the final again, face against the same team that they just got their shit kicked in, and it's like now they break through. So like I feel like that's about to happen again. So Florida in 5, Brad Marchand, Conn Smythe.
I am like a goddamn mental midget trying to figure this whole thing out, because it's like there's so much on the line for me. The American in me doesn't want to see Canada win the cup again.
Yes.
Like the American is like, fuck Canada, fuck them, keep them losing the Stanley Cup. They don't deserve it.
It's funnier.
It's so funny, especially. And because too, I think it'd be funnier if it's like it's like the team that finally snap it is gonna be Toronto, and then they fucking lose in 7 in the Stanley Cup final. That would be fucking even more funny. So there's that. Then there's the whole who's on each team or involved in each team.
Yeah.
I don't want Stan Bowman to have his name on another Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Bullshit. It's just 09 all over again.
I hope Stan Bowman wins 7 more Stanley Cups just to piss you off.
Dude, fuck that. Especially too when I've seen articles talking about like Stan Bowman comes in and
he's a genius.
Stan Bowman's got the Edmonton Oilers on the verge of redeeming themselves and winning the Stanley Cup. It's like, no, he fucking doesn't. He came into a team that was already built and he brought in fringe players to add some depth. He didn't fucking do shit. And if they lose because they're goaltending, that's on Stan Bowman too, because all he had to do is pick up another decent goalie at the deadline and he'd been fine.
Stan Bowman is just the NHL's Midas. Everything he touches turns to gold. The Hawks couldn't do it until Stan Bowman got his hands on it, and Edmonton can't do it until Stan Bowman gets his hands on it.
I'm James Franco, and this is the end after Dane McBride walks away. Fuck that dude. Then we look at Florida. Fuck Marchand. Fuck that guy, little weasel bitch. And then fuck Seth Jones, man. Like, you don't get to cry and throw a fit and leave to get out of Chicago and then just fucking waltz into a Stanley Cup the same year. Fuck that. Like, that's so, So the American me's yeah. So the American in me's winning this anyway. So it's gonna be. I'm taking Florida, and it's gonna be Bobrovsky with the Conn Smythe.
Yeah, I'm just. All my picks have been wrong this whole time, so I'm taking Florida for the pure fact I don't want them to win. So I'm going to take them to win. See how that works.
I feel like you've tried the strategy before and it doesn't work.
I gotta try something. I don't know. It'd be really funny though if it was Edmonton that wins, but then like Bobrovsky gets the Conn Smythe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how it's one of those things like I see them just giving it to Leon.
You think Leon's got it?
No, they'll give it to Crosby. No, they'll give it to Crosby.
They'll give it to
McDavid because Crosby. Yeah, because it'll be like the Crosby situation where he just gets it when they went back to back, even though Kessel should have got it 1 year.
No. Didn't Malkin get it in 09?
09 he did, I believe. Yeah, but I'm talking about
so
the back-to-back years.
this is the Malkin year. This is Edmonton's Malkin year, so that means Draisaitl gets it. And then later on, when they go back-to-back,
that whole
that's
scenario,
McDavid twice.
no, that whole scenario is just out the window because McDavid won it last year, so it just fucked everything up.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
So I think Florida's going to win because you said it, and I think the reason why it's because the universe likes to fuck with you, and they know you're not serious about Florida winning it. So they'll be like, they know they're onto your little game, so they're gonna.
It's so funny that like I have not really wanted Edmonton to do anything successful because I think it's funnier when they fail, especially since they had 4 first overall picks. But like now I'm like, dude, let's fucking go Edmonton. Let's go Edmonton. You fucking do it.
Yeah. So, all right. Game 1 kicks off tonight when you're listening to this. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll see some magic and some fireworks and not a fucking blowout first game. Because if it's a blowout the first game, this is going to be a shitty series. And it's on TNT this time, so it should be better coverage, which will be nice.
All right. I guess so.
I don't like ESPN's coverage. I think it's such.
I wish we can go back to like NBC.
No, I 100% agree, but I mean TNT is as close as we were going to get to that in terms of announcers and all that. But
yeah.
All right, 322. What do you want to call it?
Congrats, Barkov, on the Selkie. I'm just kidding. I just wanted to throw that out there. Just remembered it. 322. I don't know, man. Fuck. What have we even talked about?
Rumor mills.
Yeah. Marner to Chicago, and then it's like, like, you know, you gotta those like clickbaity fucking faces that you get on
Do
like
you
YouTube.
think I can get away with making the thumbnail of Dana Vito hanging himself and Always Sunny and just putting my face over it?
No, as soon as you said hanging himself, it's I don't know if that's gonna fly, but yeah, just call it that. Just call it the Danny DeVito hanging himself.
Oh man, what do you want to call it?
Marner to Chicago? Some say no.
Dude, you've got like your titles have been getting longer and longer.
That's what
every
I know.
week.
I know. It's great. Just fucking Roger McQueen ?
All right, I'll come up with something.
Oh God, what do I do?
Make sure to follow us on all of your favorite podcast feeds: Spotify, Apple Podcasts, the big two. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Subscribe or follow us on all social media at WCB Podcast. Yeah, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Love you, boys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the WCB Podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast. To connect with Jarom and Tanner, check out the boys at WCB Podcast on all social media. We'll see you next time.